and welcome to my pick a card channel, the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm here with a pick a card reading for you. And today's topic is all about a no contact situation on your mind today and whether or not you are going to get the closure that you're looking for. Will this person bring closure in for you? Will you receive closure in this no contact situation? Of course, we want to welcome back my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys for being here and thank you for your beautiful, kind comments. Be sure to check your old notifications in case you were notified that you are the winner of the most previous or the most recent rather, free tarot reading. And if you're new to the channel, I do offer a chance to win a free tarot reading monthly for my subscribers as a thank you for your presence here. So be sure to drop your comment below, hit your notification bell, your like button. It helps me to bring you more content. Of course, share this video if you feel called to, so that I can enter you in for a chance to win. But for today's topic, again, it's no contact. Are you going to receive the closure that you need? We have pile number 1 here with the Hierophant. Pile number 2, this is actually the Empress, the organic eggs. And pile number 3, the Death energy, it says deep in rock. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there could be messages waiting. I'm going to jump into pile number 1. Again, in this no contact situation, will you ever get the closure that you're looking for? Pile 1, pile 2, pile number 3. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the Hierophant. It says the drugstore, and this is your reading. In this no contact situation, will you get closure? Now you can see it says Dr. Cannabis's elixir. So this is speaking of towards perhaps dependency, a bit of addiction energy. Perhaps, you know, the cannabis leaf has some sort of special meaning as well for you as well. Here in Canada, it is legal. We can use it when we like to. So I don't know where you are in the world, but this card could speak to you in a very personal way. This card could speak to you about trying to move forward beyond an addiction or a dependency on this connection. There could be a lot of nostalgia associated with this connection too. And maybe you just want to feel healed. Maybe you just want to, like, there's a feeling of numbing the pain, but maybe you just want to feel healed so you can move forward with closure in this connection. Maybe it's been a very addictive type connection as well. So let's take a look here for pile number 1. In this no contact situation, will you ever receive the closure or clarity that you are looking for and that you need? We are starting here with the 7 of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. I feel in this moment, it's almost like we have a perspective that everything is very clear cut in our mind. It's like things are black and white, but actually things may not be as black and white as we think that they are. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the 8 of Swords. There's almost a reference to thinking that everything was clear between the two of us in the past too, but I feel like that was also not the complete truth. It's like maybe we denied our feelings for each other. Maybe I didn't say what I wanted to say. Maybe they didn't say what they wanted to say. There's a lot of feeling of just being stuck and putting myself there, putting myself in a stuck position. Because the Page of Wands, it's something that I want to pursue. There's a curiosity, there's a thirst there. I want to explore this. And perhaps I didn't get a chance to. Because I always often think of this like a dog whistle as well. And that's a frequency that only dogs can hear. So like there's something that there was maybe communication that happened between the two of you, but it wasn't actual vocal communication. It was just flirtation, or it was just like making eyes at each other, or just trying to express myself in any other way possible other than just coming out and saying, this is how I feel. We have the King of Wands. Back of the deck, we do have the 7 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. And so there's a lot of wishful thinking surrounding the closure or the clarity that we need in this connection. We have a lot of fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We also have a lot of Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy for the Divine Feminine. And things just feel so confused. And maybe there's been a long period of time here of disconnect, because it feels like the bloom is no longer red. It's turning into this pink rose. And so there's this certain amount of empowerment that we could be looking for through the clarity. to empower ourselves, to tell ourselves that I wasn't wrong in the past, that I picked up on the attraction. Because the desire here, in a perfect world, we would be able to receive the truth of how they felt about us without having to take an active approach ourselves. Here's the Star. We have the Knight of Swords. Now these are my supports that are adding extra information to the message. We have the Chariot. We have the Ace of Swords. I do feel like this person has secretly watched you online or on your social media. And I do feel like it's a secret. I don't think that they're actively commenting or making their presence known there. Because they do have things that they want to say. And it almost feels like I have to get it off my chest. So I feel like there's a lot of mutual feeling here. But we're both confused by that. It's like we are mutually feeling the same way, but we're not acknowledging it, or we don't see it in each other. Because this person is ruminating about the exact same hesitation that you are ruminating about. And they have convinced themselves that it's not mutual. Like they're confused by your feelings, and they convince themselves in the prison of their own design that it's not a mutual connection. And that's not the truth. But it's their perception of things right now through their emotional confusion. Here's the Page of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, though. And what this can tell me for you, Pile 1, is that there could be intentions from this person. The King of Wands is a planner. He likes to focus on what he can achieve. And he has considered, and he's holding space for the possibility of popping up and reaching out of the blue. But there's also a part of him that's waiting for that as well. There's a half of him that's waiting to see if you're going to do it first. There's half of him that's waiting, and has been waiting, potentially for at least a couple of years here. There could be a lot longer of a period of time here. I'm reading for the collective, but for at least a couple of years, there's been this wait. But they've also been perhaps holding this intention of just kind of popping up out of the blue, which is why they've been watching your social media, perhaps looking for a perfect moment to launch. It's in this person's desires to have a communication with you. But I can't deny that there's a lot of wishful thinking being passed back and forth between the two of you. And there's not a lot of proactive approach happening in this present moment. They're talking about the Divine Feminine holding on to a rigid expectation about who's going to bring forward the closure. We have the Devil. A lot of Cancer and Aquarius energy coming through. The Judgment. The Knight of Swords. I do feel like there could be the opportunity for clarity in this connection for you, Pile 1. I feel like this person could react in a very impulsive way after a period of reflection where they kind of just decide to end this struggle and to charge forward. It's like they're doing it at a moment where it's like they don't think about the consequences right away. They just charge forward in a very impulsive nature here to gain clarity. But I feel like there will be clarity. And I feel like if this takes too long for the Divine Feminine, she could be the one to try to seek this out herself. But I do feel like there will be clarity in this connection. So what happens beyond the clarity, please, Spirit, in this connection? What happens next? Does the clarity amount to closure? Here's the Four of Swords coming out with the Six of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming in reversed. And we have the Knight of Cups. Here's the Page of Wands. Oh my goodness. So the intentions may be closure, Pile 1, but the truth is that we have this communication that comes in and it does clarify things. And it sort of puts us at ease, a very mutual ease, which I feel like is really, really good and productive. It puts us into a mutual ease, but it also stings so much. Like, because we recognize that it's very mutual, because we recognize and we're at peace with the truth, it doesn't bring us peace for the connection itself necessarily, because I feel it kind of ignites something a little bit. It has the possibility to create closure. Here with the Six of Swords and the Four of Swords, it does have the possibility to create closure, but you'll notice here on the wall are some shields and the Two of Swords. And there's like a feeling about two people that don't actually want to compromise the feelings that they have and turn it into closure. I'm still defending myself against the closure because it's like the communication and the clarity and the reality of the mutual feelings and the mutual attraction from the past. That reality almost ignites the obsession a little bit, if I'm honest. That reality helps to clear out our confusion, but also leaves us a little bit stuck with the desire again. Because if we started with the Page of Wands, here's the Page of Wands on the back of deck as the overarching theme of the result of that clarity or closure coming in. And then we have the Knight of Cups. It's like still moving forward in a sense of vulnerability. There's still some hesitation, but it sort of opens up this vulnerable process. Because they say the truth will set you free, but in this case, I feel like the truth has set us free from the rumination and it set us free from the negative thoughts, but it doesn't necessarily set us free from the attachment or the attraction that we're still feeling. So your guides just want you to anticipate that even though there will be clarity that can lead us to closure if we choose to accept it as such, there is the possibility that this could reignite the attraction that you were feeling in the first place. Let's take a look here at some cards. What does this person think about clarity and closure in this connection? What are their thoughts regarding their current feelings and clarity and closure, please? The more you're ignoring me, the more I want you. We've skated on thin ice. And I am a chicken when it comes to trying to execute change at this connection now. Back of the deck already says this situation paralyzes me. I haven't forgotten about what we shared. And it doesn't mean forever. So I do get the intention that this person has intentions to pop in. Now I feel like they're still kind of waiting, and I don't feel like this will pop in very, very soon necessarily. I feel like you could still have a little bit of a wait, but Spirit is claiming it does not mean forever. They're very nostalgic when it comes to this connection as well. Are my secrets safe with you? And the back of the deck says that you are a reflection of me, and that's kind of scary. Because not only is the reflection here in the attraction, but the reflection and the necessity for closure is also equal. The desire, the curiosity is also in equal proportions as well. But Spirit says you will get an opportunity to say what you want to say and to hear what you need to hear. The question is, what are you going to do with that information? Bringing us right back here to the drugstore, the elixir, the information and the clarity may not necessarily be the cure. You know, when we go to the drugstore, we just get a medication to put on top of the symptom. It doesn't necessarily take away the cause of why we need to put on that medication. We have here lighten up, we have joy coming, we have clarity coming in. They're talking about bridging a gap between confusion and clarity very quickly in that moment. We do have boundaries perhaps that could be established or that could be necessary to maintain. It says stand your ground in your boundaries. And so this also sort of speaks to standing your ground and deciding whether you're looking for closure or whether you're looking for expansion, and making a very clear sort of communication of that to yourself, to the universe, and perhaps to this person. But we have here the soul's path. Honor your soul's purpose. There are things that you want to express that you may feel like you need to express, and the Spirit says that you will get the chance to do so. Pile number 1, please. Advice in the bowl, 7 of Wands, 2 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. I feel like even with the resurgence of attraction, there may be problems with commitment or problems with already current investments in commitment. That could be what causes the issues for expansion in this connection, but nothing is set in stone. The truth is that the Seven of Wands, even if it's tied to something practical like the home or commitment cycles, can be adjusted if we really choose to. Maybe not right away, but can be adjusted. We do have here the Stegosaurus holding onto this coin. It's been stuck in his back since probably the day it went in. It has 1997 on for the date of this coin, so that could be a significant year or around that time frame for you. This also talks about endurance, and I always think of like young men or little boys with the Stegosaurus. We have A, T, T, M, and Y. We have the happy cloud, so temporary confusion, temporarily not seeing clarity in this connection. We have forget-me-nots, and we do have the tree of life. So I do feel like this person thinks that you were a really strong impact on their foundation or what brought them forward or brought them up. Pile number 1, that's what I had for you today. I hope it resonates. Please drop your comment below for your chance to win a reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and that link is below as well. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the Organic Farm Fresh Eggs, the Empress energy, and this is your reading. The connection on your mind and no contact. Will you ever get closure in this connection? So the Empress is all about abundance. This card speaks to sort of potential, maybe even some fear with the chicken analogy as well. And so perhaps just wanting to see what the potential could have been, wanting to see if there still is potential as well, wanting to see how they viewed you, perhaps. And maybe you were always a little bit too afraid to find out. Maybe they were afraid to tell you that they saw you as this Empress. So let's take a look here. I'm going to use the Romance Tarot for you today. Will you get closure on the no contact connection on your mind for pile 2, please? We have the Two of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Hanged Man. We also have Justice. Back of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. And we have the King of Cups showing himself as well. So let's clarify this as we go forward. The Lovers. We have the Hierophant. We have the Magician. We have the World. My goodness. We have so many major themes coming out here. Let's see if we can get 5 for 5. No. King of Pentacles coming out. 4 of Wands as well. Now, they are referencing challenges when it comes to closure or clarity in this connection for you, pile 2. The reason why I feel like is because there could be commitment cycles that exist now, and other people are involved in the mix as well. So this just complicates the situation. And there's still like a wishing analogy of wanting to achieve the clarity, but perhaps boundaries are making us stop in our tracks from being able to access that. There's a disappointment, I can't deny, even from this person's perspective. They don't want to leave you in the dark about how they did feel about you, but in this moment they are having a challenging time breaking free from the obstacles that are getting in the way. And we'll even notice here with the Hanged Man, he looks like Harry Houdini, who famously put himself in compromising situations which he had the key. And then there was this time frame where he had to escape before the time was up. And so there's a reference to that. There's a reference to like time and running out of time. And recognizing here too that Perhaps there's been a longevity of time where we haven't had contact, but also knowing that eventually we're going to run out of time and that there's no time like the present. All of these major themes, we can't ignore them. Look at them all. We start with a major theme. We have the Lovers, the Hierophant, the Magician, the World, the Hanged Man. This is a powerful impression, the justice that this connection has made on this person. And when we're speaking about all of the themes that we all have to deal with in our spiritual journey here, this is speaking about the role that you played in connection with all of these themes and the role that you perhaps continue to play. And I can't deny that the role that you play in this moment, there's a lot of disappointment and heartbreak and sadness resulting in what hasn't happened. But they keep showing me the top hat. And I always think of status as the reason why I'm being complacent with the top hat. They're trying to keep things in balance. This could affect the outcome of what we're looking for. This could affect even what they think is possible surrounding clarity and closure in this connection. But they know that it's unfinished. But this could be an indicator about their readiness to face the music, face the consequences about how they felt, face the consequences about where they're coming from. Because I do feel like there could be commitment cycles for this person. They could be married. You could also be in a relationship as well. We have here, look at the bigger picture, and it's connected to you and your loved ones are safe here. Back of the deck says, what do you need to release? And they could be trying to look at the grand scheme of things by trying to maintain safety for a family unit or for loved ones in their life as well. And so they may be asking you to look beyond the immediate appearances of what was not said to be able to achieve the clarity. Back of the deck says, what do you need to release? Because the truth is, even with a lack of clarity, it doesn't mean that this person has necessarily completely detached or moved on from the connection itself. In fact, I don't know that they know how to completely move on. They may be situating a karmic situation, but they may not be doing anything about the attraction or the attachment that they feel to you. It's like they're having to have those two energies coexist at the same time. And they may be even getting used to that. That doesn't mean that it's not a heavy burden to carry with them. Because again, they are still disappointed about how things turned out. And they're still curious about what could have been in this connection as well. Let's get some message cards here from the Entanglement Oracle deck to see what sort of thoughts they have surrounding closure towards pile number 2, please. You are unlike anyone I know. And they didn't understand that perhaps completely until they had the separation and the space to be able to compare. I feel flattered that you noticed me at all. I'm still finding myself and healing my inner child. They're also referencing perhaps children as a factor as to why they're trying to maintain balance instead of clarity. And now they're curious, why didn't you call or text? I want to meet up in our dreams. And so they may be desiring, maybe that's part of their wishing well, that maybe they can't come forward, but they're hoping that you will. They may also have been dreaming about you. You may have had some collaborative dreams here. They just reference as well being afraid that you'll deny them or reject them. That could have been the reason why they couldn't give you clarity in the past. I thought that you rejected me. And now the situation that we're in paralyzes me. I am working on myself to be good enough for you. Whenever I see the potted plant, I do think of somebody who has invested in an environment, but maybe they are feeling like they're outgrowing that pot. I'm scared you'll say no. Let's get one more, please, for pile. Just thought I want to take care of all of you. And regrets because they shouldn't have taken a chance, or they should have taken the chance. It says, please don't give up on our connection. And we're going to ask specifically, Spirit is indicating that they are feeling challenged in being able to bring forward closure, but will there be closure or clarity in this connection, either now or in the distant future? For pile number 2, please. There's going to be opportunity, but Spirit is fearful that this person is going to continue to hesitate not to take on the opportunity because of the reality of perhaps cycles that could end. So they do feel like there is going to be a passive approach, almost like a defense energy, in them actually being able to apply closure or clarity to the situation. It's not that they don't even have a current opportunity right now to reach out, to lead, but they are feeling the helplessness. And when we feel helpless, we kind of move into an I can't attitude. So Spirit's here to offer the Divine Feminine a clearer perspective about what you don't know about their feelings, so that perhaps that might influence you to create clarity and closure on your own, or perhaps you will seek out opportunities to create closure and clarity with this person. But they do feel like this person will not be able to come forward to give you the closure and clarity that you are looking for. They're encouraging us to kind of seek alternate ways to adopt to that closure, or perhaps again, you may reflect upon actions that you can take to achieve closure on your own. Let's get for pile number 2, please. Reunions might be challenging here with the 3 of Cups in the reverse. It's like the feeling of not feeling supported, or not feeling like I have the support to move forward. It makes me feel vulnerable. And the Spirit says we can't take on the challenge that they're holding, like they're holding on to the fear of the unknown. They perhaps have to put that down to create momentum. We don't necessarily have to take on the burdens that they're imposing upon themselves. They're holding back because they're convincing themselves that you're not on the same page. But Spirit says it's not actually about that truth. That's not a truth. They know if they were seeking deep down that that's not reality. It has concern for the home and for attachments and possessions. Maybe even relationships. Even with the 3 of Cups reverse, it can feel like we're worried about gossip and other people's opinions floating in. And the 3 of Cups in general is a reunion card. So in the reverse, it does indicate that reunions might be challenging. We have Q and Y. It's like a question and answer. We also have here the slow handsaw, the red-handled handsaw. We also have the monkey wrench. So I think of children. And perhaps that being one of the reasons why I'm not coming forward, and at least in this moment, until some cycles close down, there's a sense of delay here. We have here the little, I think of scrub pants, but I think of the sisterhood of traveling pants as well. We have lots of potential, but perhaps we never took advantage of the potential with the acorns. We have a bird in flight. And they say the Divine Feminine may decide to reach out and create communication here. We do have Aries energy and Pisces energy, and the little tiny star, blue star of Aquarius for the Divine Masculine. We have the Hand of Hamza, and we also have the the Pegasus looking at things from a higher perspective in order to gain the clarity that we need. It's not that they're not tempted to enter some sort of plea towards you. It's just that they don't feel like they have the ability to at this moment. Pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Please drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me if you feel called to, of course. And you can also check out my link for Etsy for a personal reading, and I do update that shop daily. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile number 3. We're drawn to the Deep in Rock Death card, and this is your reading. Will you ever receive closure in this no contact situation on your mind? Will you ever receive clarity? Now, this is the death energy, and it does speak about transitions, the necessity for transitions, the reality of not being able to perhaps transition or to release a cycle as well. And even it speaks to sort of the electricity between the two of you, perhaps speaking to part of the reasons why we're having a challenging time finding that closure or releasing the connection. So let's take a look here. For pile number 3, please. Will they receive closure or clarity in this no contact situation on their mind? I feel like there's also a sense of not being able to get this out of my head. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Six of Pentacles showing itself as well. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. Back of the deck, we have the King of Wands. We also have the Two of Swords. This is sliding. They're very slippery. So let's take a look here. We have the Tower. We have the Five of Swords reversed. We have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Hanged Man and the Queen of Wands. So we have a lot of Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy coming through here. A lot of water as well, actually, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Now, you may have been waiting for some communication, especially if you are the fire energy here, if you're the divine feminine. I really think there's going to be more to come here in this connection, truthfully. And Spirit says that there's this reunion. First of all, it may not even be that far away, so your wait may be coming to a close, perhaps. There's going to be an opportunity for clarity. There's going to be an opportunity to find out things. Like they're speaking about being caught for my feelings, but also bringing harmony back into the situation. There seems to be like this resistance, and the resistance is almost over, if I'm honest with you. For someone who's been waiting a while, there's a resistance to them reaching out, but that resistance is almost coming to a close. And this King of Wands has more to reveal. This King of Wands has more to reveal to the Queen. They're saying that when this person pops up, it's going to feel sudden. It's going to shine a light on everything. I don't necessarily feel like it equates to a lot of closure, though. It could actually settle a lot of kind of fears in our hearts. It could really clarify everything. And then it could actually act as the possibility of more. There's almost a celebration that comes in. You could actually reunite with this person on a physical level. Like it may not just be a conversation that gets had. You could actually physically reunite with this person. And that's where everything really changes potentially in that reunion. There is a reference in this communication that we are not going to be able to go back to the past. We can't recirculate and go back to the past, but we can launch from a new perspective, and we can launch with a new opportunity, because it doesn't feel like it's over. We have the Ace of Wands, we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords, and after a conversation, Six of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, all of a sudden we have a little bit more confidence in the electricity that we felt. We have a little bit more confidence perhaps moving forward, whether it's towards closure or whether it's towards more. We may be deciding to kind of be friends, but it feels like a little bit more than friendship, if I'm honest with you. But we may start there. We may decide to reunite, and we don't want to go back to the disconnect. We want to start fresh with a new perspective. We want to start fresh with a new type of relationship. Now, again, this relationship could begin in friendship, that's where we're deciding to launch it. But even here at the Knight of Cups, there's more romance in the air than meets the eye when the Knight of Cups shows up. Because the Spirit says that there's something about this person, or like there's something up their sleeve, or there's an intention that's going to be revealed to us. Their intention may not even be closure, if I'm honest with you. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to invest in something new with this person, whether it be friendship or anything else. They're just letting you know what you might experience so that you're prepared for it, so that you can make the best decision possible for your situation here. But I feel like after this communication, we feel so much better about everything. If we were in the Nine of Swords, we are now into the Nine of Pentacles, and we feel confident about ourselves. I feel like this person has a lot to tell you about their attraction to you. I feel like the communication and perhaps reunion that you have with them, they're going to be giving you all sorts of compliments. Like they're really going to be boosting you up. So if it has been driving you a little bit crazy, Spirit says this reunion might be worth the wait because there could be more to come. Ace of Swords, yeah. And with this epiphany, the Tower doesn't crumble anything. It brings forward a new perspective and perhaps a new initiative. Yeah, here's the Page of Pentacles. So I think that there's a conflict when it comes to actually creating closure. But it may not be that we want closure at all. Maybe we just wanted answers. Maybe we would have settled for closure, but maybe we truly wanted more. And I think you might get the opportunity to do that. Spirit says that this could be happening in 2025. And for some, it could be happening very soon as well, within the next few months. And we get to decide at that moment. We have options about what we want to do with the future of this clarity. Do we want to use it for clarity? Do we want to use it for closure? Spirit says you get the chance to decide. This connection is not over. What is this person thinking in regards to pile number 3, please? And the possibility of closure in this no contact situation. I'm afraid to ask you to wait for me. But we do have enrapture me coming out as well. And when someone asks us to be enraptured, it doesn't necessarily feel like they want to close out the cycle. I'm scared that you're going to say no. So they're feeling a lot of external pressure because of that. It's like sharing their thoughts with you, afraid of rejection as well, letting you know that you're unlike anyone that they've known. But maybe you always kept them guessing in a friendship or a flirtation in the past. I also feel like it does kind of feel like the reunion that I feel like is coming almost does feel kind of like a date, like a dating game energy of like back and forth, lots of flirtation. We have here, drape me in your own sunshine. It's like, let me know how you're feeling. Deep down, I don't feel like I deserve you, and that could be why they were taking a passive approach up to this moment. But I've been shook since I laid eyes on you. To disappoint you would shatter me. And this person considered this connection to be sort of a right person, wrong timing. They may have been invested in other connections. I also just saw I have a soul contract with someone else. Back of the deck says, I am speechless without you. But there's more to come. There's more togetherness in the future of this connection. Some advice, please, for pile number 3. We have cleanse. It says, wash your weary spirit clean and take a walk in the wooded glades. Resilient, stay as strong as the evergreen trees, and there is melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods if we only listen. Back of the deck says growth. The tallest oak tree once started as a seedling. Don't be afraid to start something new. There is more to come. And if there's the possibility of beginning again, perhaps in the dynamics of a friendship first, but we may be exploring that beyond friendship with time as well. So Spirit says that there's more to come. So you can be resilient here. And they want you to kind of wash away your worries, your insecurities, your fears, the overthinking that you've been having, perhaps because you've been waiting for some type of action or some type of communication or clarity on the connection. Spirit says you will receive it, and it may change your mind about what you think could be possible in the future as well. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. 10 of Wands. Freedom, finally saying no, finally letting go of the unknown. Here's the 7 of Swords reversed. Now, I will say here too, with the 7 of Swords in the reverse, it's like again, getting caught. Somebody who could be afraid of like saying they're sorry. You know, they're bringing right back to this, to disappoint me, to disappoint you would shatter me. It's like they're afraid to disappoint you. They're afraid to have the hard conversations, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to have those hard conversations. It's like they do feel like they have something they have to get off their chest. We have, oh, I believe this charm came out in one of the other piles as well. This is from 1997. It's a Triceratops that has the coin stuck in its back. So this could be from the past, from our childhood, or coming of age as well. It's like carrying a heavy burden for a really long time. We have A or I and K. We also have a Mickey Mouse key. So childhood being really significant. We have Leo energy and claiming independence with the kitty cat. We also have trusting in our intuition to guide us and easily navigating the spiritual realm and the physical realm. We also have Aquarius energy and healing, and the potential in this connection to change directions. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates. Drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me. Be sure to hit your notification bell, of course. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I do update that shop daily. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day.